Pour ce qui concerne le Burkina Faso, aujourd'hui nous sommes confrontés depuis plus de 8 ans à la forme de manifestation la plus barbare, la plus violente du néocolonialisme, de l'impérialisme. L'esclavage qu'on tend encore à nous imposer. Nos dévanciers nous ont bien appris une chose. L'esclave qui n'est pas capable d'assumer sa révolte ne mérite pas que l'on s'apitoie sur son sort. Nous ne nous apitoyons pas sur nos sorts, on ne demande pas que quelqu'un s'apitoie sur notre sort. Le peuple burkinabé a décidé de lutter contre l'île terroriste en mesure de relancer son développement.
We stand with Captain Traoré. We stand with Traoré because we know that Traoré stands for the unity of Africa. We are Traoré, and Traoré is all of us. If they kill Traoré, you must know they would have created another wound in the continent of Africa.
In a time when Africa is yearning for true leadership, when our people are desperate for change rooted in dignity, sovereignty, and pride, one man has continued to rise. One man has continued to show Africa that we can truly become independent and that we can truly make it on our own without relying on the foreigners. You already know him, the President of Burkina Faso, who has come out strongly as the heartbeat of the new African revolution. Ibrahim Traoré, truly the President of Africa. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Africa is Marwa, where we bring you the true Pan-African voices. And today I want us to explore the incredible transformation that Ibrahim Traoré has, brought about in the African continent that has continued to spark debates among Africans and the love that he has earned among Africans across the continent. We all know very well that the Western world is not happy with Ibrahim Traoré because of the support that he has been actually getting from Africans. And this is why there's been a lot of plot to actually try to eliminate him. But anyway, if you truly value the voices of Africa, then you should have already hit on that subscribe button. I mean, what are you still waiting for? Aren't you African? And also don't forget to share this video wide with all those that you think value the true Africanicity. So how did Ibrahim Traoré get started in Burkina Faso? I mean, at just 34 years old, Ibrahim Traoré had already led a movement that toppled a system which was riddled with corruption and foreign manipulation.
Les peuples africains, nos grands-pères, ont été déportés de force aussi pour aider l'Europe à se débarrasser du nazisme. Nous partageons la même histoire en ce sens que nous sommes les peuples oubliés du monde. Qu'ils soient dans les livres d'histoire, dans les documentaires ou films, on tend donc à balayer le rôle prépondérant qu'a joué la Russie et de l'Afrique dans cette lutte contre le nazisme. Pour ce qui concerne le Burkina Faso, aujourd'hui nous sommes confrontés depuis plus de 8 ans à la forme de manifestation la plus barbare, la plus violente du néocolonialisme, de l'impérialisme. L'esclavage qu'on tend encore à nous imposer. Nos dévanciers nous ont bien appris une chose. L'esclave qui n'est pas capable d'assumer sa révolte ne mérite pas que l'on s'apitoie sur son sort. Nous ne nous apitoyons pas sur nos sorts, on ne demande pas que quelqu'un s'apitoie sur notre sort. Le peuple burkinabé a décidé de lutter contre l'île terroriste en mesure de relancer son développement. Dans cette lutte, des vaillants peuples, des vaillantes populations se sont engagées à prendre les armes face au terrorisme. Ceux que nous avons affectueusement appelés les VDP, des volontaires. Nous sommes surpris de voir les impérialistes traiter ces VDP de milices et de tout type. C'est décevant, parce qu'en Europe, lorsque des peuples prennent les armes pour défendre leur patrie, on les traite de patriotes. Mais là n'est pas le problème. Ce qui est le problème, c'est de voir des chefs d'État africains qui n'apportent rien à ces peuples qui se battent, mais qui chantent la même chose que les impérialistes en nous traitant de milices, en nous traitant donc d'hommes qui ne respectent pas les droits de l'homme. De quels droits de l'homme parle-t-on? Nous nous offusquons contre cela et c'est honteux. Il faut que nous, chefs d'État africains, nous arrêtons de nous comporter donc en marionnettes qui dansent à chaque fois que les impérialistes tirent sur les ficelles. Hier, le président Vladimir Poutine a annoncé donc l'envoi de céréales en Afrique. Nous sommes bien contents. Nous lui disons merci pour cela. Mais aussi, c'est un message passé à nos chefs d'État africains, parce qu'au prochain forum, nous ne devrons pas venir ici sans avoir assuré, pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas la guerre, l'autosuffisance alimentaire de nos peuples. Nous devons prendre l'expérience de ceux qui ont pu déjà atteindre cela en Afrique, tisser de bonnes relations ici et tisser de meilleures relations avec la Fédération de Russie pour pouvoir assouvir les besoins de nos populations. Gloire à nos peuples, dignité à nos peuples, victoire à nos peuples. La patrie ou la mort, nous vaincrons. Merci, camarades.
From the moment he took the reins of Burkina Faso, he actually declared that Africa must regain its destiny. Africa must regain its identity without actually begging the West or the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, or any Western supremacy. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso is no longer a silent spectator in its own affairs. It has become a beacon of African resilience, especially the influence it has had on the Sahel region, and everyone now is singing Ibrahim Traoré. Viva, 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 Ibrahim Traoré. It has just been 2 years of his leadership in Burkina Faso, and he has actually had a lot of achievements. I mean, looking at how people felt like there was no democracy in Burkina Faso, and they were hoping that it was going to be an authoritarian leadership because of the military. But Ibrahim Traoré has had some incredible achievements which have left even his critics in awe. So what has Burkina Faso been able to achieve in the 2 years of his leadership? I mean, we're talking about Burkina Faso GDP, which has risen from $18.8 billion to a whopping $22.1 billion. A slight improvement. We're talking about civil servants who have received 50% salary increase, while minister salaries were actually slashed by 30%. Who can actually do that? We're talking about 2 new tomato processing plants and gold refinery that has been established in Burkina Faso, keeping African resources in the African hands, something that Africa has been very, very poor at. We're talking about a new solar-powered electric car. The Itakwa EV is now proudly produced in Burkina Faso, a symbol of African innovation. And we don't just even stop there, because more than 400 tractors and machinery that can support Burkina Faso farmers have been distributed all over the country, fueling a homegrown agricultural revolution. I mean, if you see all this, Traoré is doing what many African leaders only talk about. He is building a self-sufficient, dignified African economy, and people of Burkina Faso are truly enjoying his leadership. All this achievement and accomplishment have actually garnered him a lot of admiration from different people across the African continent. I mean, Africans have truly embraced that Traoré is one of their own. From Accra to Nairobi, from Lagos to Johannesburg, ordinary Africans actually call him the Lion of Africa. I mean, the Africa true son. Or, as well, you can call him the new Thomas Sankara. But why? Why do Africans love him? Why have they even labeled him these wonderful names that truly resonate with the Africanicity? It is because he speaks with courage that many leaders don't have, or the courage that many leaders have abandoned for a very long time. It is because he acts with vision that actually puts Africa first. And he is not just afraid to say no to foreign domination. We all know how this has been happening to us, and this is why we feel like Ibrahim Traoré is the greatest Pan-African that we currently have, and everyone must continue to support him.
What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. If you care the least bit about our future, how else are we going to get France out of Africa? How else are we going to get Britain, Germany, all those former colonizers? They're now in as multinationals, siphoning billions out of Africa, using safe havens to hide their returns. We know they're here. They are now wolf in sheep's clothing. What is it going to take? If you look at the move that Niger made, by simply saying, France, you can no longer buy our uranium for 80 cents a kilo, when we know very well you're selling it for 200 euros per kilo. Niger was realizing about 1 billion out of the sales of its uranium a year, while France was realizing close to 300 billion. That one move alone, when Niger said, if you want our uranium, 200 euros a kilo, please. Immediately, 300 billion. 1 million. It's not going to take much to change Africa. We got what it takes. If there's one thing we're very fortunate of, we are endowed with everything the rest of the world needs. The truth of the matter is, we don't need the world. The world needs Africa. But do we really know that and believe in it and are ready to stand up and proclaim who we are?
Well, but we all know that not everyone is happy about Ibrahim Traoré's rise, especially the West, who have continuously used Africa, particularly the old colonial forces and their new enforcers. We all know how they have been what they've been doing for Africa. I mean, how they want Africa to crumble. And now Ibrahim Traoré, the Lion of Africa, is making them tremble. Just recently, Michael Langley, who is the commander of the US Africa Command, or AFRICOM, was caught in a very secretive dealings that many believe were aimed at re-establishing Western control over Burkina Faso and the Sahel region. We all know of the continuous, AFRICOM's growing activities disguised as partnership, which actually raises a lot of questions, and even the accusation that they have towards Ibrahim Traoré weren't actually sensible. But why does a self-sufficient Africa scare them so much? Why? Why is our independence scaring them so much? It is because Africa for a long time has been, the room of exploitation. We are talking about the minerals that many countries have. Talk about coal, talk about gold, talk about cotton, talk about uranium, and even what they've been doing in our minds, because they know a free Africa means no puppets. And Ibrahim Traoré is trying to actually tell them that we are no longer puppets, and that is why even they are scared. And this is just the beginning, because we feel like many leaders are going to even uprise in pursuit of Ibrahim Traoré's legacy.
America must never tell us what to do. The same United States, which is furious at being cut off from the riches of Burkina Faso, cannot tell us what to do. We stand with Captain Traoré. We stand with Traoré because we know that Traoré stands for the unity of Africa. We are Traoré, and Traoré is all of us. If they kill Traoré, you must know they would have created another wound in the continent of Africa. We must defend him the same way we defend the unity of Africa. We must defend China for defying the USA and telling the USA to go to hell because they don't understand how the tariffs works. Donald Trump is an enemy of himself and all of us. And he must know the EFF is not scared of him. The EFF is not scared of Israel. The EFF is not scared of Morocco. The EFF is not scared of the imperialist forces. The EFF will stand on the side of the people of DRC, the people of Sudan, and the people of Sahrawi.
This man is not just fighting for Burkina Faso, but he's fighting for every African. And the younger ones who are still upcoming, so that they can dream of a better tomorrow a better Africa, an independent Africa, from the farmer who wants a fair trade, from the young innovator who wants to build an African technology, from the leader who refused to bow down to the foreign masters. This is why Africa stands with Traoré, because he speaks the language that Africa really needs to listen. And this is why Africa must protect one of its own, one of its champions, because the future belongs to those who are brave enough to claim it. And Ibrahim Traoré has clearly shown that he is going to claim the Africanicity, the Africa that we have for a long time wanted. Traoré's journey actually reminds us of Africa that doesn't need permission to rise. It only needs the will. I mean, we all need the will from the people, from the leaders. And today, from the heart of Ouagadougou to every village and city across the beautiful continent, a new wind is blowing. The wind of freedom, the wind of pride, and the wind of destiny. Are you ready to be part of it? Are you ready to be part of the new Africa that Ibrahim Traoré is clearly fighting for? Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. If you truly found this video inspiring and giving you motivation to continue fighting for a better Africa, then don't forget to subscribe and kindly leave us a comment telling us where you're watching from and what you think about Ibrahim Traoré and his legacy that he wants to leave for Africa. I mean, is it going to make it out? Because he can only make it out when we give him full support. I mean, Africa's Marwa comes to a close, but we believe that Ibrahim Traoré's legacy will continue instilling in each and every young mind across Africa, and we're going to see a very, very inspired, brave continent. Ibrahim Traoré, the Lion of Africa. May Africa live long, and may our revolution live long. Goodbye, Africa. See you in our next video. Africa is Marwa closes. Bye bye.
Nous ne nous apitoyons pas sur nos sorts, on ne demande pas que quelqu'un s'apitoie sur notre sort. Le peuple burkinabé a décidé de lutter contre le terrorisme en mesure de relancer son développement.